Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We will be starting our workshop. I'm Rajeshwari Jaju, working at MindTribe as a junior psychologist. And I'm the host for today's workshop, which is digital wellness, managing mental health in a hyperconnected world. Okay, now Achal will introduce herself. Okay, so Achal is having some network issue. We'll start with ground rules for today's workshop.
Yes, hi, I'm Rajeshwari. I'm here now.
Okay, okay. Just introduce yourself.
Yes. Hi, everyone. I am Achal. I'm a junior psychologist here at MindTribe. I often deal with issues like anxiety, stress, adjustment amongst different kind of people. I use an eclectic approach, and I hope you all have a very insightful session today with us. Thank you for joining in. I'll just put down these ground rules in the text box as well. So be mindful and thank you.
Okay, I'll just talk about few ground rules. Please keep your camera and mic off. Please unmute only when or needed, or raise your hand. Please help in maintaining the decorum. This is a recorded workshop. Don't screenshot or record the workshop. So for today's workshop, these are our table of contents: introduction, understanding hyperconnectivity, negative effects of overuse, building digital resilience, bedtime procrastination, and conclusion. So before we start, do you feel more relaxed or more stressed after scrolling on social media? You can raise your hand or write in the chat box. Okay, Samrin says both. Vivek says depends. Chandana says frustrated. Sri Lakshmi says relaxed when it's stress buster. Kush says both. Sri Lakshmi says tired when bed rotting. Sometimes. Achal, can you mute yourself? Yeah. Okay. So, and the other question is, when was the last time you felt truly offline, and how did that experience feel for you? At my gym, always, Sri Lakshmi says, it feels happy. I was with nature for 2 days. I felt so relaxed and peaceful. Kush Kadia says this. Siley says, feeling nice and spending with own self. Yes, Kanvi, you have raised your hand. You can
Yeah, the last time I was offline was now every time on laptop or something. It was when my niece came. So I was really happy. Like I was about like my phone was not in a good condition, and I was like, I don't need to only take a new phone. I was in that, and I still want that I should be away from digital things, and even if I am, because my everything is studying is digital based, so I want to make it a healthy thing and not the scrolling thing, which I do try to at least get the good things, like just like I'm attending this one. Thank you.
it, it's nice to know that. So we'll move forward. So for today's workshop, we will be talking about um, we are diving into a topic that affects all of us in every single day, our relationship um, with technology. We live in a hyper-connected world where our phones, laptops, and social media are always just a click away, right? While this has made life faster and more convenient, it has also blurred the boundaries between work, rest, and like personal space. Our goal is to our goal is in this session to explore how technology influences our mental health and to learn practical ways to build digital wellness so that we can like use technology mindfully rather than being controlled by it. So for our very first point is constant connectivity. We are always online, which keeps us informed and connected, but also makes it hard to disconnect and rest. The second point is double-edged sword, which means technology benefits us in many ways, but excessive or unmanaged use can harm our mental and emotional health. The third point is like challenges, which we are going to look is overuse of screens, social media pressure, sleep disturbances, and reduced world interactions are some common struggles we often deal with. And here comes the digital wellness, which means like using technology in way that supports our well-being, creating balance instead of stress. So log into balance, log out of burnout. This reminds us to consciously like manage screen time to maintain mental and emotional health. So understanding hyperconnectivity, when online, life never switches off. So here our very first point is digital overload, which means being exposed to too many devices, apps, and like online content at once. This like think about your typical day. You wake up, check your phone, and scroll through social media, reply to emails, and by the time you get to work or class, you're already mentally tired. And it's like our brain never gets a break because we are always switched on. um and the next point is like information fatigue. So have you ever like felt drained after like scrolling through endless news feeds, WhatsApp groups, or notifications, even when nothing urgent was like happening? That's information fatigue. Our brains are like designed to handle information, but not at the massive 24/7 scale. It's like trying to drink water from a fire hose. You get overwhelmed instead or refreshed. And finally, the last point is like FOMO, fear of missing out. As we all know, this is the anxiety we feel when we think others are doing something important, when we think others are like doing something important or like exciting online while we are not part of it. Social media amplifies this. When we see friends traveling, celebrating, or even just being productive, it can like make us feel left out or not enough. FOMO keeps us glued to our screen because we are afraid we'll miss something if we disconnect, right? So in simple terms, digital overload is too much input, information fatigue is exhaustion from it, and FOMO is the anxiety of missing out. Together they affect our focus, mood, and overall mental health. When was the last time you felt stressed because of like too many notifications or like too much information at once? You can like use the chat box or like unmute yourself and like answer this question. Okay, Kush is in this week. Sri Lakshmi says too much groups in WhatsApp triggers or actually even when notification off. Abhishek says tomorrow if I continue. Okay, so who is like okay? So how the brain responds. Now let's talk about what's happening inside our brain when we stay constantly connected. The very first point is like notification. which hits our dopamine. Every time we hear a ping, like get a like or receive a message, our brain is like release a small amount of dopamine. Dopamine is a feel good chemical, as we all know that. The same one linked with rewards and notification. Okay, so each notification feels like mini reward. Um, this is why we keep checking our phones even when we don't need it. To create its a loop, we check, we get a like little reward, and then our brain wants to check again. Over time, this becomes almost compulsive, right? So the next point is multitasking and reduce efficiency. A lot of us think we are great multitaskers, replying to messages while working on assignments, on scrolling Instagrams, while watching Netflix. But the truth is, our brain isn't built to focus on multiple things at once. What it actually does is rapidly switch between tasks and like each. Just a second. Yeah. So it's like multitasking reduce efficiency. And our third point is constant online engagement and shortened attention span. Because we are used to consuming fast, bite sized content like short videos, quick posts, or rapid scrolling, our brain gets trained to expert constant stimulation. The result, we find it harder to focus on one thing for a longer period, like reading a book, studying, or even having a deep conversation. Our attention span shrinks because the brain is wired for speed, not depth. So, in short, notification trick our brain with tiny dopamine hits. Multitasking reduces efficiency and accuracy. Constant online activity shortens our attention span. And all this together affects how well we focus, how productive we are, and even how emotionally balanced we ever picked up your phone just to check the time, and 15 minutes later you're still scrolling. Like, has this happened with all of you? So this is the question: how many of you check your phone the moment you wake up? You guys can like raise your hand, like write in the chat box. Vivek says I do. Yes, Akshay, you can like speak if you.
Yes, exactly. Every day I decided that ki I will not check phone tomorrow after wake up. But whenever I wake up, every time I go and check the phone. I only check the WhatsApp, but why I don't know. But it's happening.
Yeah, that is what our brain does, right? In the morning. And Kush says sometimes, Vani says me, Sri Lakshmi says not the moment now, using mindfully. That's great, Sri Lakshmi. Abhishek says I'm for pursuing data analyst course and my course is pending 2 to 3 months. Family asking when we practice. I can't tell them I didn't learn anything due to online content, and whenever I try to practice, then I go to YouTube and start scrolling reel or watching movie or reading news. It's so much embarrassing and I feel ashamed. I do understand you, Abhishek. So here we'll see about digital wellness and like learn few techniques today. So our next topic is impact on our daily life. The very first point is like focus. Yeah. So easily distracted, hard to stay present, right? With constant notification and like online engagement, it becomes very easy to like get distracted. For example, you might sit down to study or finish a task, and suddenly your phone lights up. Even if you don't open it, your mind already starts wandering. Over time it becomes harder to stay at like in the present moment, right? Whether it's in class or at work or even in the conversation with our friends or family. Our next point is productivity decreases with constant multitasking. So, because of multitasking, constant switching, we often feel like we are doing a lot, but the output is actually very less. Think about how long it takes to finish an assignment. Like when you're like also switching messages, like when we are also checking messages, and in between, the brain needs to like refocus after every interruption, so tasks take longer and the quality often goes down. Our third point is emotional balance. Being Emotional balance is like more stress, irritability, and anxiety. Being always connected can affect our mood, right? We start feeling more stressed, easily irritated, and even anxious. Imagine trying to relax, but your phone keeps buzzing. It creates a sense of urgency, right? As if everything is important and immediate. Over time, this drains our mental energy and leaves us less emotionally stable. So the takeaway is like hyperconnectivity impacts our focus, productivity, and emotions, make it harder to perform at our best and to feel calm and balanced. Your attention is your most valuable currency in the age. Have you ever like snapped at someone because you were already stressed from constant notification? Yes, Kanvi.
Yes, there's a thing in me whenever I'm like attending anything, I need everybody calls me at that time. Uh, uh, Before and after they don't call, and then I get disturbed. So for that thing, but currently for the notification, I have off it. But when I see so many groups in WhatsApp, etc., I get very agitated. Like I delete it all, like even if it is important, because there's a lot of emails I have clicked on without seeing. Obviously, the attention issue. So that just take my day on that.
Yes. So you feel anxious whenever the notification hits in your phone and like the constant message, like it gets on your brain, right?
Yes,
Emotionally.
the notification of the WhatsApp thing, although
Yeah.
I'm not on the sound, but it feels like very overwhelming that what should I
Yes.
see?
Yes. Exactly. So Siley says I was irritated sometimes because of constant notification. Samreen says constant notification from WhatsApp groups. Yes. Sri Lakshmi says maybe I used too early. Now I have found a balance slowly. Abhishek Bangre says so many times. So this is the brain which actually looks like after like all the constant notification, right? Negative effects of overuse. When digital connection starts to disconnect us for ourselves. The very first point here is anxiety and stress. Constant pings, as Kanvi said, pressure to stay updated, fear of missing deadlines and messages, always on culture, brain never rests. So many of us like feel anxious when we don't check our phones for a while, right? Notifications create a sense of urgency, like everything is immediate. Over time, this increases stress. For example, some professionals wake up and the first thing they see are work emails. That means the brain is still in stress mode before the day even begins. Our second point is sleep disturbances. Screen light affects melatonin, that is sleep hormone, right? Binge watching and late night scrolling leads to fatigue, irritability, lower focus next day. So blue light from screen tricks our brain into thinking it's still a daytime, right? So we delay sleep, add binge watching shows or late night scrolling, and suddenly it's 2 a.m. The next morning, students feel exhausted in class, or professional shows up tired at work. Sleep depth quickly turns into stress, low energy, and even health problems. The third point is comparison and low self esteem. So, here we talk about social media highlights the best version of ourselves, the comparison factor. creates feelings of inadequacy, unrealistic standards, that is body image issues, low self-worth. So on platforms like Instagram, we see people posting their best moments, vacations, achievements, perfect selfies. Rarely to do we see their struggles, right? This constant exposure makes us like compare our normal everyday lives to someone else's highlight reel. For young adults, this often creates a pressure to look a certain way and achieve more, right? Or to be more popular. Over time, self esteem suffers, right? The fourth point is loneliness and reduce real life social skills. Here, even though we are like more connected online, many people like follow us on Instagram, like feel lonely, but many people feel lonelier. Online interactions like lack tone, body language, and real presence, right? Um, Young people, especially, may struggle with face to face communication because they are more comfortable behind the screens. This creates shallow bonds and feelings of isolation. The last point is attention difficulties. Have you like noticed how hard it is to like read a long article without like checking your phone at least once? That's because our brain gets used to quick bite-sized content. This makes it harder to focus for long periods, whether it's studying for an exam or like finishing a work project. Over time, this affects learning and productivity. So these are few examples, real life examples. A student staying up late, binge watching, and missing early morning classes, right? Young adults scrolling Instagram and feeling they are like not good enough. And a professional replying to work emails late into the night and like unable to relax. Who here has like experienced at least one of these or any other pointers? You can use the chat box. Okay, no one has like,
Hello.
yeah.
Yes. So I notice one thing that ki I always get stuck in the loop of comparison. Whenever I use Instagram, see everyone has that key, everyone has perfect body, doing workout, he's doing yoga, I am lag behind and all this, and it drains me a lot. Like I was like throw out of my phone 2 3 times and did it, but the self esteem has down for long period of time.
Yeah, so it sounds like the cyber comparison is like lowering your self-esteem, right? And like putting into your self-doubt. But we'll get through this, right? We'll look forward in this workshop how to deal with our digital wellness and self-esteem, low self-esteem, right? Kush says me, right? Yes, Sri Lakshmi.
Ma'am, when I had I had this career setback, and I was like trying to rebuild from it. So when at that time I just installed social media for some relaxation, but Instagram. But then I was like, after some 4 months, I wanted to stop the gym to again come back to studies. Like I had to, because I was somewhere distracted in gym too. So then again, when I stopped using it, and then that Instagram I didn't delete for some 2 months. Then again, I started to regret seeing all this. Oh, they are doing this, they are doing this workout, that workout. Now my friends are updating their own successes. They got job, they are married. So used to get overwhelmed. Then I actually stopped my I actually like uninstalled it in January, because only also my exam was near, but this comparison was constantly draining me, and till now I haven't installed, and I am feeling so good actually. That is the great
Great,
difference.
actually,
Yeah.
to know
Mm.
Sri Lakshmi, like you have like on your way to like digital wellness, right? And
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
quite overwhelming. Let's move forward. So this is the case study of Ria. So this is about Ria, a 19-year-old college student. Like most of us, she spends a lot of time on her phone and laptop. She chats with her friends, scrolls through Instagram, and like often binge watches shows like late at night. On the surface, she looks pretty normal, something many of us do every day, right? But here's what happening in her life. Ria often wakes up tired because she sleeps very late. When she tries to study, she finds it hard to concentrate because she keeps like reaching on for her phone. On Instagram, she sees her peers posting about their achievements, vacations, or perfect selfies, and this makes her question her own life. And even though she is very active in group chats, she sometimes like admits to feel lonely and disconnected in real life. Now I want to pause here and like ask all of you, how many of you can like see a bit of yourself in Ria's story? Okay, Samreen says me. Sri Lakshmi says myself 3 months ago. Also, Kush says me. Yes, so this case shows us that while technology connects us, it can also slowly affect how we sleep, study, feel, and connect with people face to face. Ria's experience is not unusual. It's something many young people and even adults struggle with today, right? If you were in Ria's place, what would you do differently to regain balance? Yes, Kanvi?
Yes, I would basically just uh, have a time for using phone, and even if I would prefer reading a book, like right,
That's
or
great.
going outside, or even if like in my case, I don't have much friends, so that is
Okay.
my dependency on digital thing. So, and even even if you're using phone, use it for good. For example, you go for like for this session, for example, that is giving you some knowledge, right? And make
Yeah.
sure that you're attending it, so you just roam here and there also, in between also if you can, so that your interest is also maintained and you're like interacting also, so that would be one of the things. So
Yeah, so
more
you're
important.
using your technology very mindfully. That's great to hear. Yes,
Thank
Abhishek.
you.
No worries. Yes, Abhishek.
Ma'am, the thing is that means I don't know. I had a breakup some time ago, means 2 week ago, and I just
Okay.
check that she unblocked me. She blocked me from everywhere. I know she's means she sent a follow request on Instagram, but I didn't means install that again, and I was like, so means near about 1 year that I was not using Instagram.
Oh,
Okay,
that's great. Yeah.
as it is addictive, and if I started scrolling on that, then the it will pass my half 2 hours 3 hours like that, so I avoided. But the YouTube also have same feature like short, so I also do on that. But the thing is that I'm saying whenever there is a pop-up of notification or something like that, then I feel like she texted me. So I feel always overwhelming. Even if I am not checking, even I turned off my internet, then I also feel like overwhelmed. That is she texting or not, like that.
That is like a constant notification dopamine hit, right? And yet
Yeah,
you're using your technology very mindfully. Yes, this is quite overwhelming for you. I do understand that, but kudos, you have not used the Instagram for past 1 year, right? Because you
yeah.
know the side effects of it and how it affects our mental health. That's great to
Yeah.
know.
But how?
Shri, yeah, yeah, Abhishek.
But ma'am, that what can I do that if see even if I turn off internet, still I felt like she sent me something message or something like that. Even whatever I do.
Yeah, that is because fear of like loneliness, and like someone is like continue like someone you are missing that person, right? So that is why
Too
you're
so
feeling this.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fine. You'll go through this phase also. Sri Lakshmi says, not funny, but yeah, used to do such stalking, which trained me, especially those who were who never cared of me. Now stopped and I feel the happiest ever. That's great, Sri Lakshmi. Not like old times when we could only connect through letters and posts or greeting cards, maybe. Yeah, actually, we miss those old times, right? That was at least like maintaining our digital wellness and mental health, right? Let's go ahead. Divpriya says, Sri Lakshmi, I believe uninstalling is not extreme, at least for people like me, which helped me, and I think it helps many people out there. Okay, so here is the ad break. Um, hey everyone, just like those moments on YouTube when a quick ad pops up, we have a short ad break for you. Don't worry, this will be quick and super beneficial for you to you stay tuned. What is one-on-one counseling? So, all right, let's dive into it. What exactly is one-on-one counseling? It's a personalized, confidential chat between you and your trained therapist. Imagine having someone who really listens, understands you, and helps you figure things out. The benefits: personal growth, solving problems, setting goals, and boosting your mental well being. It's like having a personal coach for your mind. What are few counseling misconceptions? Now let's burst a big myth. Many of us think counseling is not only for those who are unwell. No, that's not true. Counseling is for anyone wanting to be their best self, their best version. Want better relationships, more friends, what in your dream college, um, or job. Counseling can help with all that. It's about making the best version of you. Benefits of MindTribe counseling. So why MindTribe? First off, our counselors are super talented here. Plus, we are super affordable with sessions ranging from just 500 to 5,000. And guess what? Your first session is absolutely for 449. And once you're comfortable, you can choose from our affordable packages. Empowering mind, transforming lives. That's what we do at MindTribe here. Any urgent question do you have before we jump back into our main presentation? Do you have any urgent question about counseling? Now's your chance to ask. We are here to help. Got a question? Just you can just go ahead. Anyone has any question? Okay, so we'll move ahead. No devices during meals, tech free evenings, or a digital sub bath once a week. This sounds so peaceful, right? So, building digital resilience. Strategies for healthy tech use. Here we are going to look for everyone's coping mechanism, right? We'll see how to go ahead for digital wellness and build our digital resilience. Using technology without losing balance. The very first thing is digital detox, planned breaks. Take intentional breaks from screen. Digital detox doesn't mean throwing away your phone. It means giving your brain regular rest. Just like our body needs sleep, our mind also needs screen breaks or rest. For example, you can make a dinner time, a no phone zone, or try one tech free evening a week. Like every Sunday, you can go for a walk in the garden for a tech free evening. Even small planned breaks reset your mind. Mindful tech use. Pause before scrolling. Ask why I am opening this app. Be intentional. Use tech as a tool, not as a reflex. So often we pick up our phone without even knowing why we are picking it up. What we want to do in our phone. Mindful use means pausing and asking yourself, am I opening this app for a purpose or just out of habit? This small question helps us shift tech use from automatic to intentional use. The next, sorry, The next point is boundaries. So screen times, limits and app timers. We can like keep our screen time limits and app timers. No phone zones in bedroom or meals when we are eating our meals. Use apps that track digital use. Boundaries protect our time and mental energy. For example, keeping your phone out of bedroom improves sleep, right? Setting app timers help you control usage instead of like scrolling endlessly. Remember, if you don't set boundaries, technology will set them for you, right? Balancing online and offline. Prioritize face to face interaction, like go socialize in people, like for public gathering. Schedule offline hobbies, reduce sports, art, nature, walks, right? Being online is great for connection, but offline relationships are like deeper and more fulfilling. Spending time with people, face to face, people you know, reduces loneliness, like and builds social skills. You can go for a friends meet or family get together, right? Balance also means making time for hobbies that recharge you without a screen time. You can pick or choose your favorite hobby and like start doing that like out of interest every week, right? So there are few coping techniques we can go through: breathing or mindfulness, quick grounding when overwhelmed. So with the simplest tool, your breath, we when we feel overloaded by the messages, as Kanvi said, Abhishek said, right? Messages, deadlines, or constant scrolling, our body reacts with the stress. Our heart beats faster, and our muscles tense, and our mind races. A quick way to reset is mindful breathing. Here's a small exercise we can do right now. Everyone, close your eyes if you're comfortable. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold for 2 seconds and exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's repeat this 2 more times. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold for few seconds, and breathe out. So notice how your body feels a little calmer. That's mindfulness in action, right? You don't need an app or a gadget. Just pausing to breathe helps your brain switch from stress mode to calm mode. You can like do this anytime before a class, before opening a tough email, or even when you feel anxious after like scrolling too much. Even today, before starting this workshop, I was like doing breathing mindfulness activity just to keep myself calm and not anxious. um, the second point is single tasking. Now, let's talk about single tasking. We often think multitasking makes us efficient, but research shows it's actually slows us down. When we jump between WhatsApp, Instagram, studying, our brain spends energy switching, not completing those tasks, right? Single tasking is about like choosing one thing at a time. For example, if you're studying, keep your phone aside and focus only on your books and your study on at least for 20 to 25 minutes, and then take a short break before moving on further. Think of your brain like a browser. If you keep too many tabs open, everything slows down, right? Closing tabs and focusing on only one page at the time makes the system faster and more effective. Quick check: how many of you have like ever tried to do three four things at once and like ended up finishing nothing properly? You can like, yeah, Kanvi says, Tejasvi says, Samrin says, me. Okay, that's why single tasking like matters, right? Journaling is the last point. The third coping technique is journaling, like writing down your screen time habits. This isn't about like writing long essays, it's simply reflecting your digital use. For example, uh, at the end of the day, you can like just jot down how much time did you spend online today, which apps took most of your time or attention, and how did I feel after using them, like engaged or drained, energized or drained. Over a week pattern, like over a week, like start journaling about these thoughts and like pattern starts to appear, right? Maybe you notice that late night scrolling makes you tired the next day, or that Instagram lowers your mood after too much comparison. Or once you are like aware, you can like start adjusting your habits. Journaling is like holding up the mirror to your digital life. It makes the invisible visible, and awareness is the first step to change, right? Now let's talk about bedtime procrastination. Here's the definition: delaying going to bed without external reason, not working late, but choosing to scroll or binge watch instead of like sleeping on time. So in today's world, we are like constantly connected. While this gives us access to information and opportunities, right? It also affects our mental health. One of most overlooked effects is bedtime procrastination, delaying sleep because we are caught up in our devices. This is like explores how digital wellness can like help manage these challenges. As I told, common forms here are social media scrolling, video streaming, gaming, chatting late night. Revenge is procrastination, reclaiming me time at night. Now let's connect this with digital wellness. What is the link between digital wellness and bedtime procrastination? How do digital wellness and bedtime procrastination connect? Hyperconnectivity directly fuels procrastination, right? Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin, making it harder to feel sleepy. Social media and streaming platforms gives us instant gratification. While the fear of like missing out makes it hard to log off, this creates a vicious cycle. Like stress leads to more screen time, which delays sleep, which then increases stress. And fear of missing out leads us to hard to log off, cycle of stress, screen time, delay, sleep loss, more stress, as I talked about. It goes on this vicious cycle. And how this impacts our mental health, how bedtime procrastination impacts our mental health is like irritability and anxiety, low focus memory issues, and reduced coping abilities. So poor sleep caused by bedtime procrastination has like serious effects on mental health. It increases irritability, anxiety, and reduces focus. Over time it lowers our ability to cope with daily stress, and if it becomes chronic, it can even contribute to depression and like burnout. Long term risk of depression and burnout. So here is the activity which we all are going to do: tech audit activity. Now that we have like explored digital wellness and like bedtime procrastination, we can like be little more interactive, and we can start with this activity. The first activity is like tech audit. Please check out your phone and go to your screen time or digital well-being setting. Just take a quick look at your average daily screen time, your top 3 most used app, and how many times you like unlocked your phone each day. Take a moment to like note down anything if it is surprising. Is it higher than you expected or lower? Which apps are like eating most of your time? And now ask yourself how much of that uses was like intentional, like for work or studies, and how much was just mindless scrolling, and how might these habits affect your sleep on your mood. You can like use the chat box here. Yes, Sri Lakshmi.
Interestingly, when I became mindful, now it's actually reducing. Now, even in YouTube, I actually used to subscribe like garbages previously. Now I only subscribe those that give productive content related to mental health or something like that, or like motivation, etc., which only keeps glued to our goals. So I think it has reduced YouTube, and I use it Google Meet actually, like for classes and this MindTribe, etc. So I think it has become more productive for the last 3 months especially.
So it is an intentional, productive use for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, that's great to know. Yes. So Vani says Facebook and Instagram, I constantly scroll and sleep at night, sleep late at night. Okay. So now you know how to cope with this, Vani, right? So our second activity is mini mindfulness activity. So if you like to try this, yeah, just place your phone on silent, like turn it face down for a moment. And now close your eyes, sit comfortably, and take a deep breath in. Hold it and slowly exhale. Again, like breathe in. Now, with each breath, imagine yourself logging off from constant notification, endless feeds, and late night scrolling. Picture your mind like a calm home screen, free of your pings, free of pops ups. Let's do two more deep breaths together. Breathe in, pause, imagine, breathe out. Again, breathe in, pause, breathe out. Let's now, okay, gently open your eyes. How do you feel after like even 2 minutes of disconnecting? A little lighter, a little calmer. You can use chat box or like raise your hand. Okay, this is the same kind of like logging off your brain needs before bedtime. Yes, Sri Lakshmi, very good, especially sleep is disturbed these days a little. Okay, Sri Lakshmi, yes, say.
Ma'am, I have the sleep issue because I am productive throughout the day. Then when I take the phone, I feel the tendency for some comfort. So sometimes even that mindful thing becomes sometimes distracted, and maybe I have only one game in my phone just for a distraction. But that I play for some 15 minutes. So sometimes the sleep time becomes more than half an hour late. So I think that's the distraction I am facing now, and I am trying to correct that.
That's great. Actually, now we can like start doing these activities, tech audit, mini mindfulness, and like try to come from half hour late sleep to 15 minutes late sleep, and then on time you go to your bed, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That's great to know. So whether you did the tech audit or the mini mindfulness, the idea is the same. We often like underestimate how deeply technology affects our choices, especially our sleep. By becoming more aware or by practicing the digital log off, we can like break the cycle of like bedtime procrastination and like take a step toward better mental health, right? uh, Here is the conclusion for today's workshop. So before we close, let's quickly recap today's key takeaways. We started by like looking at the impact of living in the hyperconnected world, how constant notification, endless scrolling affects our mental health. We explored the risk like bedtime procrastination, poor sleep, and increased stress. But we also saw that with awareness and like small changes, we can build resilience and make technology work for us instead of like against us. The most important point is like action, like taking small intentional step towards digital wellness. Remember, technology should serve you, not control you. If you ever like feel that your digital use is like causing distress or like interfering with your daily life, that's the sign to reach out for support. As a first step, I encourage you to try just one digital wellness strategy today. Maybe a screen-free bedtime routine, or a short mindfulness pause, or checking your screen time stats. Thank you for your attention and like participation today. I hope you leave with a renewed perspective on managing mental health in our hyperconnected world. Thank you. Anyone has any doubt or want to say anything? Thank you, Sri Lakshmi.
Well structured session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanvi. Thank you, Kushi. Kush, sorry. Anyone has any question to say?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Akshay?
Yes, actually, I'm trying to reduce my like screen time and all this, and I'm trying my hard. Actually, I deleted lots of app locks on lots of app. I only use internet for my study purpose and work only, and not using other. But my mind is constantly going towards WhatsApp, and I realize that there is nothing urgent, nothing important in WhatsApp only like that. But if I'm doing something, I focus there 5 6 minutes, I come back here. But again, one thing I noticed that if I am doing something really interesting for like from time, it happens that I will focus for more than 4 and 5 hours without looking at anything because it's interest. I am keep generating interest, but sometimes the things I'm not interested, or maybe I am feeling anxious for them. I keep again back for WhatsApp or go Telegram, and I'm nothing doing. Go check there, click there, and came back again here. So that's keep happening with me. So that's only issue I noticed. Apart from this, I actually disconnected lots of apps. Firstly, I disconnected app from phone, but I'm starting using those on PC, and that this give me same impact. So I again block those apps on PC also. So, but this habit is there. Whenever I focus, I want to focus on things, but the focus get fluctuated here and there only.
Okay, that's great to know. But now we have coping strategies up in our way, right? We can use those for like not constantly going on WhatsApp or like Telegram, right? And we can try those activities
Yes,
or
ma'am. Yeah.
techniques. Thank you, Akshay. Anyone has any doubt, any question? Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you, Sri Lakshmi. The presentation also not overwhelming, short and crisp. If not, we can like log off from the meeting. Thank you, Devlin.